So we had a pretty interesting first part. And before going any further, I want to acknowledge an important person in the Romanian community, Dumitru Puiu Popescu. Is he here? He's not here. Cronicarul nostru. He has provided a public meeting place, a true agora, to exchange ideas and opinions and news about arts and traditions and current goings-on. And he has built a home for the Romanian community. And for 25 years, he has managed to keep the porch light on in case any one of us will stop by. He has brought so much support to so many people, including for many years, sending life and events and the gift of Romanian language to my mother in her room at her nursing home. Thank you, sir. Let's applaud Dumitru Puiu Popescu. Thank you. And now we have another bit of heaven coming up, introduced in a few minutes by Mihaela. And I was reflecting on the fact that tonight we seem to be cast in a sort of good cop, bad cop scenario, Mihaela and myself, because she seems like a real representative of Apollo, the god of logic and order and purity and reason. And I guess that's left to me. What's left to me is the other side, Dionysus, who rules over wine, dance, pleasure, passion, irrationality, and chaos. And until I invite her on the stage again, let's talk about another terrible kind of beauty with chaos and rationality and terribly politically incorrect things like war and struggle and courage and victory. Because, you see, the powers that be have asked me to pick a poem in Romanian that would suit the occasion, and I found all this in one poem that we all know. I'm very sure everybody knows it. And because every child in Romania has suffered through it, people think of it as uninteresting and dull, and it's not. It's really like a piece of jazz because it changes time signatures and dynamics like crazy all over the place, and it comes with its own video clip, as it were, because it's very, very visual and very vibrant, and the words reflect the images. But I know that you're too polite an audience to groan. But I'm very sure that that will be the reaction when you hear the first words. When I say just the first few words, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, you will go, nah. But it's not that kind of experience. But anyway, let's try it together. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. No? No? Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. No, we should have fed them before the show, not after. Anyway, și abia plecă bătrânul. Ce mai freamăt, ce mai zbucium, codrul, clocotii, de zgomot și de arme și de buciumi, iar la poala lui cea verde, mii de capete pletoase, mii de coifuri lucitoare ies din umbra întunecoasă, călăreții împlu câmpul și chiroiesc după un semn și în cailor sălbatești bat cu scările de lemn Pe copiteion fugă fața negrului pământ, lănci, scânteie lungi în soare, arcuri se întind în vânt și ca nouri de aramă și ca răpotul de grindeni, orizontul întunecându-l vin săgeți de pretutindeni vâjind ca vijelia și ca plesnetul de ploaie, urlă câmpul și de tropot și de strigă de bătaie. În zadar striga împăratul ca și leul în turbare, umbra morții se întinde tot mai mare și mai mare. În zadar flamura verde o ridică înspre oaste, căci cuprinsă-i de pieire, și în față și în coaste, căci se clatină rărite șiruri lungi de bătălie, cada sabii ca și pâlcuri risipite pe câmpie, în genunchi dau pedește, colo cai se răstoarnă când săgețile în valuri care șuieră, se toarnă, cad, izbind în față, în spate, ca și crivătul și gerul. Pe pământ lor li se pare că se năruie tot cerul. Mircea însuși, mână în luptă vijelia îngrozitoare, care vine, calcă totul în picioare, durduință sau călări ca un zid înalt de suliți, printre cetele păgâne trec, rupându-și large uliți, risipite se împrăștie a dușmanilor și raguri și gonind biruitoare, tot veneau a țări. Steaguri ca potop ce prăpădește ca o mare tulburată, peste un ceas păgânătatea e ca pleava aventurată. Acea grindină oțelită înspre Dunăre o mână, iar în urma lor se întinde falnic armia română. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Mulțumesc foarte mult. And now, from war, let's go back to heaven. And I invite Mihaela to speak about the next part of Antonia's program. Mihaela?
Thank you, Vladimir. Thank you for associating me with God. I'm nowhere near that. I'm just a server of music's muse, Euterpe. So welcome back to our second part of tonight's concert dedicated to celebrating Romania's National Day. We are going back to the same times with the first piece. And that actually was Antonia's selection, which I found so appropriate because this piece was written about the same time, published almost the same year. I'm saying almost because although it was supposed to be appearing in 1904, actually saw the lights of the imprint only in 1905. That is Suite Bergamasque by Claude Debussy in 4 movements titled Prelude, Menuet, Clair de Lune, originally titled Promenade Sentimentale, and Passepied. It is interesting that a work which actually started 15 years before its publication can exhibit such cohesion and homogeneity achieved through extensive and, for sure, significant revisions. Its title is associated with Commedia dell'arte, which was famous in the 1600s to 1800s in Italy and specific in a city called Bergamo. Debussy, a fine observer and an adept of impressionist poetry and painting, wanted to portray in his creation the times when street spectacle was something absolutely ordinary. Like Enescu, he did not conform with the typical suite form, although Baroque styles types of dances are evoked in Menuet and Passepied. The 4 movements have a very close connection with each other in their motives, share the same harmonic language. What stands out, though, in this musical gem is Clair de Lune, based on a poem by Paul Verlaine, whom Claude Debussy fervently admired. a delicate piece with a flowing piano texture clearly intended to depict the beauty of the moonlight. The second work that will follow, To Suite Bergamasque, L'Île Joyeuse, was actually a part of it initially, but Debussy decided to break it off and publish it to Durand as an individual piece, which was printed in 1904. And it was a good reason to do so because, as you will hear, its musical texture is so different than Suite Bergamasque. It is almost orchestral, hinting to some of Debussy's symphonic compositions, such as Fête or La Mer, vivid and lush, with Franz Liszt-like impetuosity and technical difficulties, which composer himself described as, I quote, seems to assemble all the ways to attack a piano since it unites force and grace, unquote. Thought to have been inspired by Watteau's painting called Embarcation pour Citera, L'Île Joyeuse burst with color, rhythm, chromatism, remaining until today one of the biggest challenges of any virtuoso, but not the one I'm going to invite on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our phenomenal Antonia. Thank you.